Hundreds of Libyans have taken to the streets of Tripoli to protest against people they describe as war criminals running in next month's presidential election. The protests come after Eastern strongman Khalifa Haftar and a son of ousted leader Muammar Gadhafi announced bids for the presidency. The other message we want to send is that we are against war criminals being candidates entitled to anything for the elections or for government positions. We are with the elections, with the principle of the elections and the peaceful transfer of power, with the constitution, the law, and the only way to bring about the permanent stability is elections. But these elections need to be held on the basis of real laws, on a constitutional basis or a referendum on the constitution. Many in western Libya have rejected any run by Khalifa Haftar, who led a devastating but ultimately unsuccessful campaign to seize Tripoli before it was pushed back in 2020.
Passengers in Nigeria have expressed disappointment with an ongoing railway workers' strike. This comes as Nigerian Railway Corporation 3-day warning strike ground operations at all rail stations across the country. Farouk, a student from the University of Abuja, says he was going to Kaduna for the weekend to see his family, but was stranded at a station.
Can't even express how disappointed am I, because I just want to go back and see my family. But actually, the train is not working, so I have to go by road.
Those who travel regularly are more disappointed. I don't travel very often. It's once in a while I go by rail.
Nigerian Union of Railway Workers on Thursday halted all train operations nationwide, including services on the popular Lagos-Ibadan, Abuja-Kaduna and Warri-Itakle routes. The union says they are embarking on strike to come to terms with government on the welfare of the staff.
Must we continue to do things in preventive manner, the way we are doing it? So government has the money. They know what to do when it comes to getting money to do this thing. And we are saying that invest into us. We are the human being that will do the job. They have invested a lot of money into infrastructure. As you are investing money into infrastructure, also invest money into the human being that will drive the infrastructure.
According to the union, the sector will lose about $219,000 during the 3-day warning strike, and if their demands are not met, the union might declare an indefinite industrial action nationwide.
The Norwegian ambassador, a member of the Troika on Sudan, has denounced the repression of anti-coup protesters in Sudan, the own of African nation. Therese Loken-Gezel said in an exclusive interview that great hopes had been dashed by the coup d'etat which took the world by surprise in Sudan.
So there is a consistent international pressure. There has been meetings within the Security Council, within the Council for Human Rights, and there are strong statements that call upon especially the military leadership to make sure that we can get back to a democratic transition and a dialogue between equal partners. So this pressure will be upheld, I'm quite sure of that. And we also see a very strong pressure from inside.
For years, Britain, the United States and Norway had accompanied Sudan on its tortuous path to democracy.
So we continue to call for the restart of a dialogue between the partners. And that implies the return of Prime Minister Hamdok to exercise his duties according to the Constitutional Declaration. This is the only way there can be a dialogue between equal partners. And combined with his economic background, we believe he can be that bridge that gets this country through this crisis, over the troubled waters.
The coup led on October 25 by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, alongside hundreds of arrests and a crackdown that left some 40 people dead, has put a brutal halt to Sudan's transition. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is wrapping up a week-long three-nation tour of Africa in Senegal. Blinken was in Dakar on Saturday promoting American-built infrastructure projects, sustainable development, women's empowerment, and other human rights initiatives to bolster faltering democracies across the continent. Senegal is one of the United States' key partners in Africa. In early November, U.S. Ambassador to Senegal, Tulinambo Mushingi, said that the U.S. had been working with Senegal for a long time. Over the past 5 years alone, Americans had provided Senegal with approximately $1 billion in assistance through various programs. Two Chinese nationals and a Congolese official have been sentenced to 10 years in prison over the procurement of Chinese women as prostitutes in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ye Jingpeng and Liu Bin were sentenced the night of Thursday to Friday to 10 years and 3 months in prison. With a prostitution procurement trial rare in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the case had drawn the attention of the local media and comments on social networks. The offense of procuring against defendants Ye Jingpeng and Liu Bin sentences them to 3 years of primary penal servitude. Also said to be established in fact and in law, the offense of trafficking in persons for sexual purposes sentences them each to 10 years of primary penal servitude.
Mis à leur charge et les condamne chacun à 10 ans de servitude pénale principale.
The prosecutor said the women received regular wages and accused the two convicted Chinese nationals of organizing the sexual exploitation of young Chinese women in several cities.